What's going on, everybody? I'm gonna teach you today how to take your transmission out of your Evo 8 and 9. Follow me on this journey. All right, ladies and gentle folks, so as you can tell, I'm back in the garage. I have my bummy clothes on because I'm about to work on the Evo. And yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to take the the trans out, because that's what we're gonna be working on. I don't know what's going on with the trans. It makes like a weird, I don't know. It makes a weird, like, almost like a bearing kind of sound. I don't know. I don't know what it is exactly. I know it's transmission related. So I have a bunch of miles on this trans. I've had it since, I bought the car. I don't necessarily think there's anything crazy wrong with it, but I'm going to get it refreshed and probably just have it built while it's out so that I don't have to really worry about anything, because you already know it's already got a big turbo. It's already got a built motor. It's already got like all the supporting mods. So you already know what it looks like. So it's got a bunch of stuff done to it already. So I want to make sure that the trans is going to hold up to any type of power that I put through it. So yeah, we're going to get started. I need to pull the car up a little bit because it's not exactly positioned right. So I got to put a couple blocks of wood down, because you already know it's a little bit too low for the arms to get underneath. So I need to move it forward. I'm going to be pulling the radiator out, and I got to drain the fluid out of the trans. So let's get to that now, right? Everybody, I'm gonna show you how I do things, because there's a lot of people that do different things. I am a totally different animal. So once you separate the outer tie rod end from the knuckle here, what you're gonna have to do is, there's one of two things you can do. You could either take the whole assembly out, which I don't like to do, or you could take the caliper off, hang it from your coil, or strut, coil, over whatever you kind of have. You want to just make sure that you don't disconnect your Brembo from your brake lines, just because you're gonna have to bleed it all over again. It's gonna be a nightmare. So you really don't want to do that. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be doing as far as this. I usually just take this, hang it, get it out of the way, and then get the rotor off. So I'll take some pictures. After you get the axle nut off, the axle should be good enough to just push in. That's from years of corrosion and stuff like that. It shouldn't be that bad to actually get. If you do have to get something in there, a punch with a like a ball end or something like that, I'll show you. Something similar to this here, with a flat punch or something like that. You can actually get in there and you could actually just hit. It's really not that difficult. You want to try to avoid putting your axle nut on and banging it. So the easiest way to do is just with a punch like this. Something big enough so that you can get in there and you can actually get the axle pushed backwards. So once that's free, you're golden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now start to get the caliper off and hang it. So when I get that done, I'll be back over and I'll show you guys. All right? All right, everybody, so I'm pretty sure you probably could see some of that there. I have the caliper, like, kind of, I don't know, put up here, you know, like with a soft twist tie or whatnot. What I did was I separated the ball joint from the knuckle here, so that this, you know, kind of frees it up just a little bit here. You have a little mobility because there's no tie rod end holding it together. There's no lower ball joint holding it together, so you're pretty free to actually get to the axle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the axle out now, which is not crazy terrible, and then we'll cut back once we get to the intermediate shaft, which is in there, which is more of a pain to get to. And I'll give you a little trick that I'll show you. It's a little difficult to kind of see in there, so I'll just take some pictures. I know you probably see me on camera grab my phone and just take some pictures, because it is just easier for me just to take the pictures. So yeah, let's get to that now, right? All right, people, so you saw the intermediate shaft. Take this out because it's ugly. You already saw the intermediate shaft and what I had to do to kind of get it. There's a bolt. You can barely see. All right, so yeah, you might be able to see. So the intermediate shaft is in here, and I made this bolt. I have to figure out what the bolt size is, but I put a thick washer or like spacer here, just so I can kind of get it off of, you know, bounce off of. So you want to put your pry bar here and just kind of opposite directions, you know, like, you know how it goes. And it should just pop right out. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be super easy, but this is the intermediate shaft. It only goes one way, people. So just remember what side. So my advice to you is just keep the nut and bolt in here, just so that you know, hey, like this goes in this direction. You know what I mean? So this intermediate shaft connects your transmission to your transfer case. So don't mess this up, and make sure that the little spring clips stay in. They don't really come out very often. So in my whole tenure of working on cars, especially on Evos, I've never seen one come off. So but just always make sure that your clip is still on there, because if not, you're gonna go to put your axle back in and you can just rip this thing right out at any given time. So let's get back to the action. I still need to take the brace off. There's a brace that holds the lower tranny mount here to the frame, so I need to take that off. I need to drain the fluid from the radiator. So let's get back to the action. All right. All right, everybody, I know that was a good amount of information I just threw at you there. But as you can tell, we started off over here with this half shaft and the intermediate shaft, or front axle and the intermediate shaft. We took off the front support for the motor mount, or the trans mount. We took the starter out. We took the I don't know what you want to call it, like a dust cover. We took that off, and we took the other shaft front axle out from the transfer case, and we took all the bolts out from the transfer case, top and bottom, and now we can kind of split it. So all you need to do is put a pry bar or a screwdriver or something like that in between here, and you can split the case and the transmission. It's really not that difficult. It will separate fairly easily, and then you could just move it over to the side. I'm gonna just do that real quick, show you guys, and well, I'll just do it right here on camera. All right, take my trusty pry bar and split it. See, it's literally that easy. It's really not too much effort, and it'll sit to the side over here. So I don't have anything to worry about with this transfer case. I do have a new seal that I can put there if it's torn or anything like that, but the seal I know is probably is brand new. I probably only have 100 miles on it since the last time I actually took this apart. So, or actually, it's probably been like 400 miles. So I'm really not gonna touch it. But for everybody else that's looking to do this or change the clutch or do anything like that, I would advise to change that seal. And then there's an O-ring. When I get the transmission off, I can kind of show you what the O-ring looks like. But yeah, we're gonna I'm going to let the car down in a minute or two, and we're actually going to get the top motor mount for the transmission. So after that, all you have to do is really support the motor. Take the couple motor mount, or the bolt out from the trans, holding the trans to the motor, and the one motor mount bolt that's over here, or transmission mount over here, and then we can drop this bad boy out. So bear with me for 1 second. Ladies and gentlefolk, we are at the point where we can take off a couple more things. I just have to pull the rear motor mount out of here. Let's see if I can kind of get it here. Yeah, I think I can. No, it just dropped. But all right, so I got to pull the rear motor mount out of there. I took 2 bolts out so that the motor can rock, as you can see. It rocks pretty freely here with little resistance. So our next thing to do is to pull. There's a back bolt underneath the behind the trans to connect the motor to the transmission. It's a sneaky bolt. It will get in. It is really bad back there. So I'm gonna get that quick. I'm gonna try to get a picture of it, but it's underneath the intake manifold, up against the firewall. Up against the back of the motor. So like it's gonna be a pain in the butt to get to. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a picture, but I'm gonna try. But I'm gonna get that right real quick, and then we're gonna work on getting a hoist, or not a hoist, a stabilizer kind of thing. I never really used them, but I wanted to bring. I bought one from Harbor Freight. So what it is just a support, just to kind of hold the motor while you're pulling the trans out, so that you actually have something to brace the engine so it'll stay in place. So I'm gonna unwrap that, and I'm gonna we'll check back in a minute. All right, ladies and gentle folks. So I have my brand new support from Harbor Freight. It's gonna help you out in the long run. I got it. It was brand new. I just unboxed it here. I'm just making another video for that. But I have this. I have it supported by the back, support anchor or whatever on the engine. Since it's really not coming out of the car, you can leave your one, motor mount on the passenger side. You could leave that alone and you could support the motor from over here. It should be good enough to actually get the job done. So most of the weight is going to be on this side anyway, like up and down, you know what I mean? So you have a pivot point up there, so you should be perfectly fine. So I actually might just adjust. No, I can't even adjust it because there's one anchor point here, one anchor point back here. So I can't really even do anything about it. So I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna start pulling the motor mount out of this side and start lowering the engine with the trans and see if I can't clear everything and get it on a support, a hoist or whatnot. So let's get to that right now, huh? Folk, here we go. So you see what it is. I had a little bit of trouble getting it out just because of it's kind of tight in here. Obviously, as you can kind of tell, it's really tight, but I got it out like without too many issues. Oh, because my bolt, my rear motor mount, but I finally got it out. So now all I need to do is take this bad boy to somewhere that can rebuild it for me. So I think I have a company in mind. So hopefully, whenever I go up there, I can actually make a video. That would be really nice to see. Evo shop that actually will take this apart, rebuild it, upgrade the parts. You know what I mean? Make sure I don't really have any future issues. But yeah, very happy with it. So hopefully, what I showed you kind of helps. I know it's still going to be a pain in the balls to do. It is still an Evo. It still has the rear transfer case, and the transfer case is going to be a bitch. But I don't know. For the most part, it shouldn't be too terrible. It's should be pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. Not too terrible, but yeah, I don't know. So hopefully this helped you. If it did, just throw me a like, maybe comment, and let me know that it helped you out. If it did help you out. If it didn't, I'm so sorry. I can't win them all, I guess. But I don't know. I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. It's gonna be, I don't know, at least a good 2 weeks before I actually put this bad boy back in. Probably won't make a video for it, but I'll probably give the end results and what I kind of think and on how this project kind of went. They're supposed to rebuild it. As you can kind of tell, it is powder coated, the case. So I told them, hey man, do you think we can kind of keep the powder coat good? And they were just like, yeah man, that's cool. So we should be all right. We should be all right. So like I said, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I'll have more for you soon. So all right, deuces.